social lately. I wonder if you're always fucking sober or emotional roller coaster, barely coasting, hardly cope and wanna call me, but you never push that motherfucking button. Change on me. What about us? What about the times when you feel like you could trust? Yeah, now you wanna chase for the same shit. You hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but you're surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze. Sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up your homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now.
Tell the truth.
You're listening to the Prime Sports Media Channel. We'll be going live in just a moment.
Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. I've been feeling like a loner lately. Been a minute since I woke up feeling sober. When awake I'm seeing nightmares. Sleeping you out right there like you never left. And I am hoping that you might care. Change on me. What about us? What about the times when I feel like I could trust? Yeah, now I'm on a chase for the same shit. I hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but I'm surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze. Sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up my homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. I wonder if you're social lately. I wonder if you're always fucking sober or emotional roller coaster, barely coasting, hardly cope and wanna call me, but you never push that motherfucking button. Change on me. What about us? What about the times when you feel like you could trust? Yeah, now you wanna chase for the same shit. You hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but you're surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze. Sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up your homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now.
What's up, everybody?
All right, everybody. Welcome to the program, the Prime Sports Media Program. I've been gone for a little while. We did a video last week where we sort of talked about all the different, all the incredible recruits in terms of those recruits that have committed to the program. And it looks like, let me fix a few things here. Can you all hear me? Put sevens in the chat room if you can hear my mic just fine. It looks like Coach Prime has literally rebuilt the offensive line. I talked about that a week ago. There were a few young men that have already committed to the program, and then there were a few that were just taking a visit. We were all excited about the young man right here, the #1 recruit in the country, the #1 offensive lineman, Jordan Seaton.
BS3 Net.
There it is right there. Let's give him a clap. Everybody coming in, thank you for being here. I'm going to get at it because there is some other exciting news that I want to bring to your attention. If you do know, this will just be a refresher of what you already know. If you don't know, this will be a pleasant surprise. So I'm going to talk about some other exciting recruitment news coming out of CU. Ladies and gentlemen, to everyone listening in the chat room, I'm going to say it for the cheap seats. I'm going to say it for the high water seats. To all the haters out there, shut your mouths. You haters was talking about, oh, what are they going to do to make the team better? They have completely overhauled, as you already know, the offensive line. They have completely overhauled the offensive line. And I've got to say something about Ward from Jackson State. There's some controversy around that young man who played for Coach Prime at Jackson State. I'm going to get to that because there's something going on there that you all should be aware of. And if you are aware of it, this will just be a reinforcement course. They have literally rebuilt this offense, starting with Jordan, who is a 5-star, #1 left tackle, right tackle, whatever we want to call it. Okay? Then Khalid Benson. Khalid Benson is another young man that they have picked up from Indiana. So remember a week ago, I talked about, well, some of these guys are just visiting. And I believe if I look at my notes correctly, Khalid had already committed. So we got him, this brother right here, that you see on the screen right there is in the works, everybody. Okay? So we got that young man to rebuild what we got going on. And then another young man that I did not mention a week ago, but now through the weeks, finding out that we also have this young man, Justin Mayers. Justin Mayers has signed with or has agreed to go to CU, as you already know. There he is with Coach Prime. I think this is exciting. This is exciting, everybody that's listening in the chat room, and I appreciate you all being here. I see we got my man Big Dog of Philly OG, who I recognize from my political, social, and cultural channel, The Information Man Show. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you subscribe to The Information Man Show. I usually go live on that channel on Sundays in the afternoon, but today I'm taking a break from that channel for just today. And Philly, Big Dog, Philly OG, there you go, brother, because you've been following me over there. You're a big supporter. You know me. I know you. I'm modding you up on this channel as well. So you've got Justin Myers there, young man with Coach Prime. I think it's exciting. They've rebuilt the offensive line, y'all. What do y'all think about that? Let's give it another clap again. Put those 7s in there. So this young man has come on board. He is basically what we would call a transfer portal. Remember I told you all several weeks ago that the transfer portal was opening up on December 4th and that there would be big changes, big movement coming to CU. And of course, you got the haters out there like the Jason Woodlocks that have been hating all year, just all year. Okay? Now, let's go back over to the next young man. I talked about this young man right here. He's transferred over from the University of Houston, just like the running back Alton did a year ago. We're talking about Tyler Johnson. Now, I want to remind you something, everybody, because I had mentioned to you this brother has incredible stats at Houston. This young man right here who is coming on board to CU, to Colorado, in the rebuilding of not only the offensive line, but in protecting Shador from the shenanigans that was going on just this past season. But as the offensive line is the heartbeat of a football team, all these young men that are coming over, they're big, they're strong, they have currently college football experience. Remember I told you that Tyler Johnson gave up 2 sacks across 890 career pass block snaps. So out of 890 career pass blocking snaps to protect the quarterback at Houston, this young man only gave up 2 sacks. You know how incredible that is, considering what Shedeur just went through this past season, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you share out the podcast. And keep this in mind, everybody. I'm about to introduce the other top-notch recruits that are coming in. There was some great announcements today and over the last few days. But I just wanted to sum it all up to where the team is going right now as it relates to building a team inside the trenches. The offensive line is where they had their biggest problems, running the ball, giving Shedeur the protection he needed to put those numbers up. If Shedeur put up 510 yards passing against TCU in the beginning of the season, I got Brother Mayers on the mind because he just transferred over from UTEP or for some reason. But against TCU, Shedeur put up very formidable numbers, some of the best in the country. Down that day, he got great protection. Can you imagine what he'll do behind this big offensive line right here? I just want that to sink in, everybody. Houston transfer Tyler Johnson was ranked 71 overall. Then you've got UConn transfer, Ukiri Walker. I'm going to talk about him in just a moment. Let's bring that out right now. Here he is right here. Another clap. I just want to give respect to it. He's another transfer from the University of UConn who will be playing with your CU Colorado Buffaloes in the 2024 season. There was another young man who took a visit, another big offensive lineman out of Houston as well, by the name of Ruben. Remember when I did this a week ago, we talked about he was taking a visit. We're talking about this young man right here. And now it comes out that he has committed to the program, number 74, big young man, strong young man. Definitely going to fortify that offensive line this upcoming season. So he has committed too. I also want to talk about another situation just briefly, as I had mentioned earlier in this podcast. And I appreciate all of you in the chat room that are here. I figured I would just sum everything up in one video. I wanted to drop individual videos about each one of these young men, but I figured, hey, let's go live like I did a week ago, and let's just sum everything up in a nice little bow here. I appreciate everybody in the chat room that's come over, that's watching the program. Appreciate you much. I will be reading your comments in just a little bit. I'm going to get through this part of the presentation. Now, Ward, how many of you in the chat room, by putting 7s in the chat room, I see we've got some great people in there. Let's see who we got going on here. We got Boss Lady in the house.
Information is power.
Willie Brown. Patrick William is in the house. Willie Brown, Patrick William, I appreciate all of you. Viral Authority is in the house as well. Appreciate all of you that are coming over that I'm able to recognize in that chat room. Corey Lightfoot put 777s. How many of you, by putting 7s, are familiar with the young man, Ward, who played for Coach Prime at Jackson State? How many of you familiar by putting 7s in the chat room? Thank you. We got Boss Lady put 7. Patricia is in the house. One of my mods. She puts a 7 in there. Cindy is coming in the house. Put 7s in there. Okay, I'm glad that we have all come together on the same page.
Power.
This is the thing, folks, and information is power. there was a report that this young man, Ward, unless you've heard something different, ladies and gentlemen, let it be known that this young man, for not only this year, but since last year, 2 years in a row, it's been reported that he has been fabricating or saying that he's getting a commitment. He's getting a, I want to be very delicate about this. I don't want to be disrespectful because from what I understand, the young man had a tragic situation happen to him while going to school at Jackson State. I believe, tell me if I'm wrong or right, ladies and gentlemen, the young man, I'm going to put his picture up with Coach Prime right here. You can see there's some affection. I think he has some type of affection for Coach Prime. He played for Coach Prime before Coach Prime, we know him, Deion Sanders, took the job at CU. And they said that this young man has been making claims that he has committed to CU. But there's rumor that CU, Coach Prime, and the coaching staff have never offered him, that I know of, and that the media is talking about, has never offered him a scholarship offer, that he has just been saying that he wants to play at CU for Coach Prime. Obviously, you can see from the picture, there is some affection there, some closeness there that the young man has to Coach Prime. And the question is, what is really going on? Because he declared that he was committing, but the reports out there say that there was no scholarship offered to him. Does anybody in the chat room know what's going on here? Let me put this up. Tell me if I'm wrong or right here. This is reported about this young man, Ward. Ward called out by Colorado offensive staffer Zimmerman. And you know, Zimmerman was a head coach with the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL, if I am correct. Zimmerman in a tweet. Now that tweet has been taken down, ladies and gentlemen, but he has no offers, as was stated on On3, which is a sports program on YouTube, as well as broadcasted out there, listed Ward, Omarion Ward, their graphic as part of their portal. So they're basically saying that CU has never named the young man as part of their transfer portal prospect that they have offered a scholarship to, even though he has said himself that he is committed to CU. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat room, before we move on with the presentation today, and I won't keep you long today, I simply need to know what your thoughts are by going into the chat room and seeing what people are saying. Is this a mistake by the media? Has Coach Prime and the staff changed their mind and given the young man a scholarship offer? Or is it something that the young man has made up because he wishes to a desire to play for Coach Prime? And I guess he was having these are the other problems that he was having. From what I understand, he was having issues with his academics. He had a tragic situation happen in which someone, I think, got killed. Someone that he knew, something that he was close to. I don't know all the details. I don't want to speculate. But they also said he either left Jackson State or he was academically ineligible because they said he was having problems with his academics. Is that the reason why Coach Prime couldn't bring him over to CU in the very beginning? What are you all saying to me right now? Let's see what people are saying. Not everyone on the team might not have a scholarship, so we don't know the full story right now. Ward still can become a walk-on. Yes, he can. If he becomes a walk-on, Coach Prime has to offer him that walk-on spot. He has to see value. But this is my concern, though. With the way they have rebuilt their offensive line, and they got some big boys coming in who have credentials, I wonder if he would be able to make this team. Would he be able to? Because remember, they still got Tyler Brown coming back. They got Zaire Walker coming in, who's the JUCO recruit. And he's a strong, they've got some other guys coming in. And the question is, would he be able to make this team? Because as a walk-on, you got to make the team. There's nothing guaranteed. And the question is, scholarship. Colorado University ain't no cheap university. The young man would have to figure out some type of financial aid. If he doesn't have the financial means, how is he going to go to school there? Will he be eligible for financial aid? Does that all work? And question is this: does he have the grades currently to get into University of Colorado? Because I can tell you right now, the academics is rigorous there. So I'm just trying to put it all in perspective here. We got Patricia who says in their apartments. Okay. Let me see here. Let me see. She says one of his roommates was killed by another. Yeah. See, I didn't want to go too deep into that, Patricia, because I don't know all the details. I know that something tragic happened close to him. And you said it, a roommate that probably affected him, right? Obviously, which probably impacted his what? Academics, which probably made him have to leave Jackson State. And now he wants to play for Coach Prime and has said that he's committing to them. I think what it boils down to is that he wants to play there and he's hoping and waiting for them to give him an opportunity, such as what the brother just said a few minutes ago, a walk-on situation. Let me see what Coach G is saying right now. Coach G's coming saying, so sad to hear, Patricia. Yeah, it's a sad situation. And I got to be honest, if Coach Prime and CU was to give him another opportunity, it could really help him as I work in mental health, so I understand these things. It could help him as a coping mechanism to feel good about himself, better about himself, and to cope with what happened to his roommate that was a good friend of his. To feel, because you know what type of joy it would bring him to be able to reunite with Coach Prime, who obviously you can tell from this picture there was some closeness, some affection, right? Look at that picture. So there's the humanitarian, we got to be humane here. Ellen is coming in the house. Go on. Thank you for coming in the house. Thank you. She says, I think his grades slipped because of what? Yeah, his grades slipped because of what happened. You're absolutely right. As we now delve deeper into it, the viral authority says that's wow. Well, it's a sad situation, so I have to give the young man reverence because of that. It sounds like it's made up, unfortunately. What's made up? That he's been giving a scholarship offer from CU, or the tragic situation that happened to his friend in the dorm, because that is true. I think that made the police blogs out there. So I don't think that that's some made up stuff. Let me see. Zinneman should have never put that out in the manner that he did. Grades was an issue. He may have to go to junior college if he did not get. Yeah, you're right. I got to be honest. You're right. You're right. Good point. Good point there. Very good point there. Got some good edge. Yeah, we got some good edge rushers, but I'm going to get to those edge rushers. But right now, I just want to show some respect to the young man that you see here with Coach Prime due to everything. I'm glad that you all are talking this out with me, because it's educating me. We're educating each other as to what's really going on. I didn't want to get up here and badmouth this young man. That's why I said I wanted to take a step back and realize, okay, something happened tragic there that could have affected his grades, affected his mental stability, which caused him to have to leave school. And maybe he's looking to go to CU and play for Coach Prime, who he knows, to see if he can get his life in order and get some normalcy into a tragic situation that happened when he was at Jackson State. And I want to respect that. Let me see, Ellie. I used to work with guys with the same last name. I only ever seen that last twice. Interesting. We've got Corey in here who says, I see that we got a guy from Vanderbilt. Yeah. Vanderbilt, the quarterback. Let me first, I'm going to get to that information. What we have from Vanderbilt is a wide receiver unless another player from Vanderbilt is coming over. Remember, we got the Wade twins from Kentucky. What's going on, Alicia? Thank you for coming in. I didn't want to jump ahead of my presentation, but hell, let's go at it. We got the Wade twins, okay? That's the Wade twins. Now, check this out. These guys are young. They're only sophomores. They only played a sophomore year. They might be red-shirted. They're going to get better. Number 15 is the brother. They're twins. He's a quarterback, played at Kentucky, played just a little bit of football in his freshman year or sophomore year. Didn't play a lot. He has 98 yards throwing the ball, but he's a great prospect. He's a quarterback. This is Dustin Wade, number 15, you see on the right side. Here he is in a Kentucky game. So these young men have both jumped ship and come on over to Colorado. I didn't want to jump my presentation, but hell, we'll go with it, right? And then here's his brother, Keaton Wade. He's a linebacker, number 20. This kid, let me look at the stats. Let me tell you what the stats are. You're going to be amazed. Do you see this number 20? That's the brother right here to the left side, y'all. The brother's on the left side. Let me tell you how big this kid is. This kid is 6'5", 250 pounds. He is a linebacker. And what he brings to the table is that he had 17 tackles. And he had 1 sack at Kentucky when he had a chance to play. And thing is, he's only a sophomore. And keep this in mind for those haters out there that are going to say, oh, these ain't great players. He's only a sophomore. These guys were top-notch recruits coming out of high school. He's only going to get better. If they're sophomores, that means there's time for him to grow. And under Coach Prime and the staff that he's bringing together, he's going to get better. Here's another picture. Dustin and Keaton Wade, former Kentucky football transfers and 4-star recruits. These guys were 4-star recruits in 2022 class, have committed to Coach Prime and Colorado Buffaloes. I see what you did. Coach G says this, I agree. Zinneman should have never put that out. What Zinneman posted could intensify mental health issues. Praying for Ward. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, brother Coach G. Yeah, he should have never said that. I was going to bring it up as a matter of trying to find out from you. If you notice, when I brought up this situation, I asked you all in the chat room first, did you know what was going on before I just started us making assumptions here? You see what I'm saying? I didn't want to make assumptions to this great audience that I have here on this platform that shows up and supports what I do over here as you support everybody else on these platforms. I have a lot of respect for you in the chat room, and I have a respect for the other content creators out there that you go over and support as well, because you all are supporting the content that we're putting out that's promoting what's happening with CU, Coach Prime, the players, everybody. I think great things are on the horizon. This is what the haters did not want to see. They did not want to see Coach Prime upgrading the team. And remember, when you bring in these kind of players like the Wade twins, these guys might not start, if at all, day one. But what you need on a football team, and you know this, Coach G, and everyone listening, you have to have depth. That was one of the things that Colorado or CU lacked in this past season. They did not have a lot of depth. If you agree with what I'm just saying, put a 7 in the chat room. I have lots more goodies to show you and to bring to your attention. I'm packing the show all in. I hadn't dropped any uploaded videos this whole week. So I said I'm going to do everything in one really sweet package today for y'all. as we move forward. If you agree with me, put them sevens. I really appreciate them sevens. We got Alicia, the beautiful Alicia, man, my God. In the chat room is one of my mods, the beautiful Patricia in here. Sister Cindy is in here. Coach G. I really appreciate you all. Willie Brown says, yes, they got a quarterback in Wade, receiver from Vanderbilt. The receiver from see, I'm just going to go with the flow since you guys are I'm going to go with the flow. I was going to go in a certain order, but hell with it. Let's go with the flow of where the audience is taking us. You talking about young man Will Shepard. This is the young man from Vanderbilt. They call it Vandy, who is a receiver. He has committed to CU. From what I understand, the young man is pretty damn good. They're getting some great value here. Will Shepard, Vanderbilt, he committed. Check this out. The young man is 6'3", 200 pounds. He has I'm going to tell you what he did at Vanderbilt. At Vanderbilt. You're going to dig this. This is what the young man did. He's got 200,000 yards, 21 touchdowns in 3 years at Vandy. Check this out. He's another young player. I believe he's only a sophomore himself.
Is power.
Information is power, y'all. He's only a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. So when people say, oh, these ain't no world beater player, these are young men still developing. 6'3", 200 pounds. He put up 21 TDs. He did that in the SE. He did that in the SEC. Come on. The SEC ain't no easy football conference. It's not a football conference for scrubs. 21 touchdowns for this young man, that's pretty good, in my opinion, in that conference, especially when you're on a team with a lot of competition, a lot of other players ahead of you. So what this young man brings, he's going to bring us that opportunity to catch touchdowns, to put up numbers when given opportunity to improve his game. He's another young player who will get better. What do you all think about this? If you like this prospect coming in to see you, put those sevens, put those believes, put it out there, get the algorithms cranking over here, y'all.
Tell the truth.
Information
is power.
Information
is power. So he has committed. Look at this beautiful. I love the way they do this artwork where they put their body on the football field in this art. Look at this commit. I love these pictures. On 3 does these pictures. I love these pictures. Do y'all love them too? So they go to young man right there. He's bringing, number 14 is bringing a lot to the table. Another thing that's good about this is that Coach Prime, through the transfer portal, is bringing in young men who have experience playing in college football already. So they're already acclimated with a year or 2 years under their belt. Don't you understand how that can also benefit this team? We got Hill. Thrill is in the house. Sister, what's going on? She says the work for your spot mentally isn't just in football, it's in other sports and the brand. So I doubt Coach Prime changes. It's old school. Yeah, it's old school football. You're absolutely right. A clap to you. I got to give you a clap. Oh, I got my man in the house, David. Dave's Talk Buff. Let me mod you up. Most definitely. I'm a mod on your channel. You're modded up. You're definitely modded up. And David Talk Buffs, y'all, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Let's not play around here. Make sure you give him some respect. He has graciously invited me on his show several times. We got to do another show together. He has been nothing but respectful and support of this channel, and the people on his supporters on his channel have come over and supported this channel. So definitely give Dave Talk Buff some respect. Y'all know who he is. Y'all know he down. Y'all know he gives real good sports commentary around CU. He lives out there in Colorado. I've been telling him to get his cameras out and get his butt on ground and start getting some on ground footage, because he has a more bigger advantage than most of us because he's out there, you see? So all respect to you, Dave's Talk Buffs. We're glad you came over. We got to do something else again. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's in the chat room right now. I just modded him up. Coach G says, the type of performance is big. Why is he leaving Vanderbilt? He is academically sound as well. Yeah, well, Vanderbilt, exactly, Coach G. Vanderbilt is probably one of the most prestigious universities within the SEC in terms of their rigorous academics. So if he can definitely deal with the academics at Vanderbilt, Vandy, he can handle the academics at CU. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm glad you said that, Coach. I feel good about what you just said right there. So I'm going with the flow. I had an order to how I wanted to do things, but the audience has spoken. You guys have said a few things, so I'm just going to let everything flow, everybody. Now, I want to put up this chart right here, and this is a chart of so far CU has grabbed at least, I believe, 11 players so far. Some out of the transfer portal. We got some high school prospects coming in. Remember, we got Cam coming in from Georgia High School at 6'1", 181 pounds, right? Now, don't sleep on the defensive lineman, 6'3", 263 pounds, defensive lineman Brandon Davis Swain, out of Michigan High School in Michigan, right? We got Amari White out of Georgia High School area. He's another defensive lineman, 6'3", 307 pounds. He's bringing the beef in, right? The beef is coming in. It's coming in very nicely. Big young men who can put some pressure on the quarterback. Remember this young man that I talked about right here, Eric Brantley. This young man has committed to the university, and hopefully, you know what I said before, a lot of times when these young men commit, you really don't know what you're going to get until they sign the letter of intent. But as of right now, this young man right here, who is taking a visit already, you see on the screen right there, he's coming in strong. Okay, and I'm looking forward to this young man. That defensive line is going to be much improved. You already know about the main man, Jordan Seaton. You already know about this man right here, Cam, who was very excited to talk to Coach Prime on his video conference when he said he was going to commit to CU at home. He was saying, I hope that Coach Prime answers the video call. And he did, right? He did. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you understand that there's some improvement happening here? There is something special happening here at CU, and that's why we don't need to pay attention to the haters. You see, that's why the haters don't really matter at all when you really look at what's happening. And let me put that, I'm going to fix something. There we go. I wanted to fix something on my stream here. Hopefully you all can, let me see. Is Empress Goddess in the house? I'm glad she's here. Let me give her a clap. Let me read what Dave is talking about. What are you talking about? Let me see. Dave, make sure y'all subscribe to Dave Talk Buff. The man knows what he's talking about. Let me see. He says here, I cannot wait for Amari White. We will have multiple guys on the interior defensive line over 310 pounds. Didn't have anyone like that on the line this past. Yes, Yes. You're telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
Right. We didn't have any. We had a defensive line that was light in the behind. Hey, no. You know I'm telling the truth, Dave. You know I'm telling the truth. We got some guys coming in that's going to put some beef on that line, that's going to really challenge. Now, since we're going there, Dave's Talk Buffs and everyone in the chat room listening, since we're going there, I'm going to go there now because this is exciting news that everybody should be excited about. Let me put the young man right next to me. This news broke out today, and we might as well go with it since we're going to go there. I was going to go in. I had my little order that I had of things, and I'll just go lickety-split around here. But here we got a young man. You can't sleep on this young man right here. Woo! Quincy Wiggins is the real deal, y'all. Here he is right here again. Woo! Boom. Quincy, let me tell you about, Quincy. Talk about having more size on the line this year. Now, he's not a defensive tackle. He's a defensive lineman, but he's an edge rusher. And someone said earlier, hey, we got some nice edge rushers coming in. You best to believe. Now, this is a young man who's going to get better. You know why? Check this out. This young man is a former 4-star top 50 prospect. He recorded 35 tackles. Let's get into it right now. He recorded 35 tackles. He has a breakdown of 4.5 behind the line of scrimmage. He broke up 3 passes. He stands at 6'6". This kid is strong too. Look at his body. 6'6", 265 pounds. He played 5 games as a freshman. That's pretty damn impressive in the SEC at LSU. In 2022 and in 2023. But check this out. He has now redshirted in his 2023 campaign for LSU. He decided, just like Alton did for us, to say, Coach, I want a red shirt. So you know what that means? Colorado or CU is about to have this young man hopefully for 3 years. Look how big and strong he is, but he's going to get better because now he'll be a red shirt sophomore for CU. I hope I'm correct about that. Dave, am I correct about that? David Talks Buffs. Am I correct that he is redshirted? I did the research on this. So that means that he gives you 3 years of eligibility. He's going to get better. 265-pound, 6'6" edge rush. I don't think we had anybody at the edge on this football team this year that had that type of size. Tell me if I'm wrong or right, everybody. We got Victor Foreman in the house. Hassan Adu is in the house. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. David Talks Buff says, I think so, but I need to check again. Well, the research that I found out today is that he actually did redshirt in the 2023 season, sort of like what Alton did. So if he redshirted, what that give him sophomore? So if he played as a freshman in 2022, and he played for LSU a little bit of the season in 2023 before deciding to be a red shirt, wouldn't he still retain that red shirt status coming to CU, which means he would be still a sophomore, which means CU would get him, as I said before, for 3 more years. And the reason why I'm excited about this is because this kid is dynamic. He's strong, big, 6'6", 265 pounds, and he's young, which means you get Warren Sapp. When Warren Sapp gets his hands on this young man and teach him the tricks of the trade, do you understand how effective that is going to be? for Colorado. CU. Come on, if you all agree with me, hit the sevens in the chat room. I'm very excited today, very excited to bring this presentation to you. To bring this presentation to y'all. Come on, hear what I'm saying. Put those sevens in the chat room if you think I'm hitting on something. This is another picture of the young man right here, Wiggins. And I'm gonna say this again. The SEC is almost like the pro conference of college football. You are going up against some of the most difficult competition week in and week out in the SEC. So for this kid to be in the SEC, plus he had time to play as a freshman, only in 5 games, of course. But in the 5 games that he played, he had 35 tackles, which means he was productive in the short time that he played. Think about what I'm saying. In the short span of time that he played, he was productive in terms of 35 tackles. He broke up 3 passes at the line of scrimmage of the quarterback trying to throw the ball. He gets his hands up there. He was, I think they call it a 4.5 behind the line. He was a 4-star product, top 50 prospect when he came out of high school. And now he has committed. If you are agreeing with my assessment so far, or at least you are excited about the prospect of this young man, Quincy Wiggins, let it be known in the chat room. I appreciate everything that you all are doing in there. Victor Foreman says nobody knows what Amari's doing exactly, him and Coach Prime. Oh, you're talking about the young man Ward, who they said, and I agree with everybody, Zinneman should have never come out and said that about the young man when he went through a mental situation, losing a friend in the dormitory, a young man whose academics slipped possibly because of loss of a teammate or loss of a, not teammate, a loss of a dorm mate, someone that he was friends with. And of course, he's been saying that, hey, I'm committed to Colorado, even though they haven't officially offered him a opportunity, a scholarship, but maybe he'll come on as a walk-on. But I'm concerned, and I'm actually happy to be able to say this, I'm concerned whether he can actually make the roster, because it looks like, unlike this year, going into next year's season, CU is loaded on the offensive line. And the reason why I can say this is I have failed and have not talked about this young man, Bedford.
Information
is power. Oh my God. Another young man out of Indiana has decided, you all know about this, he has committed to the university now. This guy, I think, is going to bring some nastiness that we missed this past season. And you already know what Jordan Seaton already told us. He said the days of Shador hitting the ground and being thrashed around like a rag doll is over.
Tell the truth.
I said this to you a week ago, that what was lacking on that offensive line were guys that were nasty. Tell me this man don't look nasty. What do I mean by nasty? Meaning he looks like he's physical. He has a physical demeanor. He looks like he ain't gonna take no shit off of nobody. He looks like a grown man. Looks like he could be playing and he got a grown man look to him, like he's in the NFL. Look at him. He got a grown man. Look at him. He got a grown. If y'all think, if you believe, if you feel and agree with me, and he plays in the, I think he played in the Big Ten. If you agree with me, if you agree that this young man, Matthew Bedford, has a grown man look? Tell me I'm wrong, or tell me I'm right by putting them sevens and yeses in the chat room.
Information is power.
This is fair use for the purpose of it all. Tell me I'm not lying. Look at this. Look at Bedford. Don't tell me that ain't a grown man playing college football right now. He got a grown man look. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell of notification. If you like the content, you like how I do my streams. Don't tell me this man don't look like grown folks right now. That's the name I'm going to say for this brother. He look like grown folks. Tell me he don't look like grown folks. And what do I mean by that? He looked like an NFL offensive lineman. Hell, somebody said defensive tackle. Maybe I got it wrong. Shit, he probably could play on the defensive line. Maybe you know what? Maybe they should convert him to a defensive tackle or something. You know, they've done that before in the past where they've taken guys who were offensive linemen, especially coming out of high school, and they convert them into defensive tackles. Or maybe a guy who was a offensive lineman in college, in high school, and then they convert him into a defense. You know who they did that with? Armstack. My 49ers Armstack played offensive line in high school, and when he got to Oregon, they converted him into a defensive tackle. But look at this grown-ass man right here, okay? I'm just keeping it real with y'all. We getting some grown men on this offensive line. If y'all like the content, make sure you do what? Thank you. I want to say thank you for watching, like and comment, and definitely you got to subscribe. You got to subscribe. Let's go back in the chat room and see what people are saying. We got Fox up here who says, oh, whoa, Barnes, that's new. Oh, we got Victor Foreman who comes in the house and says this. Finally, we got some grown men studs on both sides of the ball instead of on little mini me. I get what you're saying, but oh my God. We got B. Grant in the house who says, CU must play every game like it's the Super Bowl, because Coach Prime owns the transfer portal. That's dangerous in a good way. We've got my sister, my good sister, Empress, got us in the house. So she's pushing the channel link, and I appreciate you for doing that, sister. We got Jungle Brother who's coming to the house saying, loving the optimism. Coach Prime has earned the benefit of the doubt. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Tell the truth.
We got the beautiful T-Boss lady in the house. She puts up the strong arm symbol. I like that. We got Mike P. Patrick, who comes in with the 7. Appreciate you for doing that. We got Alan Touch 2 says, Alan's Gaines says, don't touch 2. And then we got my man right here, PGH. Okay, PGH Big Dog is in the house. Coach Prime rebuilt the offensive line quickly. Yes. And see, look, when we had all the haters coming in here and saying all that stuff, what did we keep saying? I said to you all a week ago, when the transfer portal opens up December 4th, we're going to see a lot of changes. People remember when I talked about Isaiah Walker, how they got Isaiah Walker, right? We got Tyler Brown, who's going to be coming back because they didn't allow him to play. They're going to have more depth on this team, particularly in that offensive line. They're going to have depth. And remember I told you that there were guys they were going to come. Coach Prime, not me, but Coach Prime told us all that don't you think that the kids, that the young men can see what we need? Don't you think they seeing what's going on here at CU? Coach Prime told us that. Oh, ye of little faith, y'all. Oh, ye of little faith. I'm going to say it again. Oh, ye of little faith. He told you that the other players around the country who were planning to transfer and leave their schools, he already told you that he knew that they knew what he needed and that they were coming. Let's stop kidding ourselves. This was just the first year. Coach Prime is just getting started.
Tell the truth.
And Jason Woodlock can kiss my ass.
Tell the truth.
With all of his haterism he's been doing on his platform. I've been singing this song, and all of us have been singing this song. They're going to get better. Most people are going to say, oh, you guys are delusional. No, they're going to get better because it takes time. Now, this is the first year that Coach Prime, since taking over the team after this season, that he's actually building the team based off of what he needs, other than just building a football team over saying, I need everything and I'm willing to take any and everything. But now he can be selective in what he really needs and not waste time on prospects that he don't need. You get the logic here, ladies and gentlemen? Do y'all get it? We got Buffs Boulder City, King Joseph Edwards on the way. King Joseph Edwards is on the way too? Right on. I'll do a video on that too. We got 22.5 J's in the house saying hope so. All right, I hope so too. So you saying, wait a minute. Buffs Boulder City. So you saying King Joseph Edwards is on his way. That's the newest report out right now. We got 225J who says think he's going to Syracuse. Jungle Brother says better scout team players will identify our weaknesses in practice instead of the game. Right. Jeanette Fox, I thought he was going to Syracuse. Yeah. So Boulder City, is your information correct? Because a lot of people in the chat room are saying they thought that he was going to Syracuse. Confirm that for us. We got Roger Dodger in the house saying Woodlock and Owens having a baby. I'm just keeping it real with y'all today. But yeah, confirm that. Let me see. The Buffs Boulder City is saying is that he's saying that because Syracuse is not landing him at this time, that it looks like that there's a possibility that CU might be able to nab him. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's go back to the presentation, y'all. Let's go. Let's bring it on back. So Coach Prime is really shaking some things up, don't y'all think? Don't y'all think he's shaking the world up right now with what he's doing there? Oh, now. Whoo. Cammon. I want to talk about the young man, Cammon, the young man who's the tight end. If I'm saying his name right, Cammon, he's the young man who has transferred over from Cincinnati to CU. Now, I didn't like the fact that Michael Harrison left CU in the transfer portal. I get it. He left. But guess what? We just upgraded the position because this young man, Cameron, is a hell of a lot better in terms of his skill set, size, and everything. Let's put him up here right now. Let me let you see what look. Check him out. Check him out right there. This young man comes over from Cincinnati. Let me bring you. This is a tight end who is just committed to CU as well. This is the benefit of improvement over time. Guess what, y'all? He's only a sophomore. Or he's coming off his sophomore year, which means he's going to give us 2 years of eligibility. The young man is 6'5". That's a big body for Shador to throw the ball to. Don't y'all understand? Do y'all get what I'm saying here? You go out and you get a tight end that can catch the ball. He's a big body guy, 6'5", 248 pounds, sophomore. This young man, I think, is going to be an upgrade to what we had, in my opinion, in Michael Harrison. What do you all think? We coming and standing on business. The Miami native tight end, Cannon, announced he's transferring to Colorado. Do y'all dig what's going on here? So we lost some. So everybody was laughing. Remember, the haters were laughing at us. The Jason Woodlocks were laughing at players that have left CU. But as players have left, we're actually getting better players coming in. So those offensive linemen that we had this year that left, we didn't lose nothing. We actually gained better offensive linemen. What did Coach Prime say to us? Get better offensive linemen during the offseason?
Tell the truth.
So as we lost certain players, we're actually upgrading the position with better talent in the position, and that's this young man right here at tight end. Let's stop playing around, y'all. Let's shame the devil. Now, I want to talk about another young man that I'm very excited about. He played at Liberty, I think Liberty Junior College. I think he had to go to junior college route. This is Preston Hodge. He's a defensive back, y'all, out of Liberty. I think it's Liberty.
Information is power.
He's a JUCO player out of Liberty. But let me break down some things to you. Do you know this young man got 60 tackles on 2 interceptions, 8 pass breakups, 13 pass defended, and he has forced fumbles in his career. He's rated, when it comes to his ability to cover receivers, he's rated as an 88.8 coverage grade. That's his coverage grade in terms of people that have evaluated his skill set in terms of his ability to cover wide receivers in the defensive back position. I felt that they needed to add more depth to their defensive back position, and they've got it with this young man out of Liberty, defensive back Preston Hodge, 60 tackles, 2 interceptions, 8 pass breakups, 13 pass defended that he's defended against. He has forced fumbles, and he has an 88.8 coverage grade in his ability to cover the wideouts. And here's another picture of him right here. If you're hearing what I'm saying, if you're with me, put those 7s in the chat room. I really appreciate you all coming over. We got Teddy Robinson who says, them coaches who jump ship were not loyal to Coach Prime. They were sabotaging the system within Coach Ryan Lewis. And you notice a couple of people ran off with Lewis at San Diego State. And this is what, I don't want to clown or anything like that, but good luck to Coach Lewis and those coaches the offensive line coach, those coaches that ran off there with him, because San Diego State's not a world beater program. I think they play in the WAC conference. They might be in the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 is going to be no more. But it's not like he took over a football program that's on the radar. He's going to have to rebuild it from scratch. Good luck to Sean Lewis. But check this out. I look at it as a good thing. We lose some coaches, we can get some better coaches in, right? But I agree with you, Teddy Robertson, about what you're saying. He says they are a part of the good old boys club now. Coach Prime has more real loyal. I hear you. Good points. Good points in what you're saying in the chat room. Cindy says, Jeanette, I hope he finds a place too. I hope good things happen. And then we have the lovely The Truth Reality LLC putting those sevens out there. Good to see you, sister. Clap to you. We got R Crawling 25 is in the house. Bus Boulder City says Sean Lewis went to San Diego State. The quarterback that decommitted, which was Danny O'Neal, is hitting there. Yeah, that's the reason why he was going to come to CU because of Sean Lewis. But I'm saying good luck to Sean Lewis. That's not, San Diego State, he'll compete in that conference. I'm sure he can turn some things around. They're not on a world stage there. That conference, the WAC conference is a little, I don't know. But he got his job opportunity, and so be it. Good luck to Sean Lewis, but I'm looking to what's going to happen for us in the future of this team. Sometimes you get guys that come and go, and that means you got opportunity to bring better coaches and better prospects in. And I said it before, everybody was laughing and clowning Coach Prime and CU because they lost Sean Lewis, because they lost the defensive line coach, right? They lost a few coaches. They lost some players to transfer portal, right? But guess what? Most of those players that we lost were on that offensive line, and we got better offensive linemen now. So you lose some and you gain some better sums. You hear what I'm saying?
Tell the truth.
So good luck to all of those guys that left, but hell, we're moving forward and on and upward, everybody. Let me see. I want to bring up another issue. This young man right here, it's Miller time, y'all. Now, remember I told you he was one of the number one. He was a number one, one of the top guys out there, recruit, who I think at one point in time he was thinking about going to Texas A&M. Remember they were saying that Coach Prime was going to Texas A&M when that was not true. They hadn't given him any offer. Not true at all. He's with CU, even said that he would like to retire in CU. But this young man right here, Miller, is a top-notch wide receiver, young prospect, who he adds an element of elusiveness to the team. He, at one point in time, was visiting and has made his decision to commit. Last week when I did my video and talked about him, he was just visiting that prior weekend. So now he's a part of the team, or will be a part of the team. I mean, how y'all feeling there, ladies and gentlemen? How do you feel about the upgrade of talent that is coming in on top of the talent that we already have that's going to get better? So you bring in this talent to match it to the talent of the guys that have been there at last year, who have some experience now under their belt after this year. Still got some young talent on the team. How do you feel about the prospect? Ladies and gentlemen, I really want y'all to take that to heart when I'm saying, how do you feel about it now? Because we had to go through a lot of people talking their mess, bumping their gums, running their mouths. Now, let me remind you, Miller is the number 11 prospect coming out of high school in his position at wide receiver. He's a 4-star recruit. I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Another young man that I want you not to sleep on, there he is right there. This young man you see right here is Terrell Timmons. He's out of NC State. He's a transfer. The young man stands at 6'2", 195 pounds. In the small amount of time that he's had to play another young sophomore player, he has 11 receptions for 195 yards with an average of 7.7 average in receptions. He is a young prospect, so he doesn't have years of experience under his belt with numbers, but this is another young, elusive receiver added to the receiving corps who played at NC State. And if I'm not mistaken, NC State is in what conference? The ACC, am I correct? Here's another picture of the young man catching the ball. Yes, ACC. Thank you. Here he is catching the ball in competition. So we're getting some talented young men who have played in real big-time football conferences. You know, they're playing against talent. We're not just so we got a nice mixture of high school prospects coming in potentially and college transfers coming in potentially. A nice mixture which creates a nice balance which this program needs. Let me show you this young man again out of NC State. Here he is with Coach Prime. Coach Prime is lining up as a, like he did in the glory years of being a defensive back in the NFL. And there is the young man, all 6'2" and 195 pounds of him, Terrell Timmons out of NC State, matching up with Coach Prime. I love it. And then here is them all hugged up. This is fantastic. I hope you enjoy this stream today. I hope you enjoy it. And remember, I told you about the Wade twins are coming in. One twin, Keaton Wade, who's on the left, number 20, is a linebacker at 6'5", 250 pounds, 17 tackles, 1 sack. He's a sophomore. So that means he's got room to grow and get stronger and better. Then there's his brother on the right side, who's a quarterback, and that's Dustin Wade. Right there. Guess what? He was a freshman when he got a little bit. This young man is coming off of a freshman year. So these are guys that are going to get better. But remember, I'm going to say it again. When building a football team, you have to pick up players that give you depth. Even if they're not going to start for you right away, you've got to build a roster that has depth to the roster. And I think that's what Coach Prime is gaining here with these two young men deciding that they're going to leave and go to CU. And they are 4-star recruits when they came out of high school. There on the left side, I believe, is the brother Dustin Wade. And on the right side is the brother with the 0 jersey on, who's the 6'5", 250-pound linebacker.
Tell the truth.
Just want to remind you, because I brought that up in my presentation earlier before. Now I want to talk about another issue here. With all this talent, with all this collection of great talented, let me put this up here. Houston transfer, Tyler Johnson. UConn transfer, Ukiri Walker, who's an offensive lineman. Indiana transfer, Matthew Bedford, the man, We got him. Indiana transfer Khalid Benson. We got him. These are offensive linemen. UTEP transfer Justin Mayers. We got him. 2024 5-star prospect. You know the man, Jordan Seaton. These are the rankings that you see on the screen via 24/7 Sports. I give you a comprehensive program. Coach Prime is doing a hell of a job. I think people that have been doubting him, you're eating your crow right now. Now, of course, they got to play the games on the field. Football is not played on paper. It's played on the field. We know that. But anybody that doesn't think that this team did not just upgrade their roster is out of their damn mind. Remember, we still got the running back, top-notch running back out of Georgia, running back Micah Welch, who's still coming in. 6'4", Amari Ward, offensive lineman out of Jackson State. That is the puzzling situation. We already talked about his situation. Will they offer him a scholarship, or will they just give him the opportunity to walk on? But he's got to get his grades together. He's went through a hell of a lot, losing a roommate to being killed. That has affected him and probably affected his ability to concentrate on his schoolwork. And you see him here with Coach Prime. We'll have to see how that all pans out, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? They got 2 Bama transfers as well coming in. I want you to do me a favor. Chief 18 Wheels, I appreciate you coming to this channel and supporting this channel. I need you to name, because I haven't had a chance to look at the wire yet, but I will after this. And I will have to do another stream or another uploaded video to talk about that. I need you, Chief 18 Wheels, to let us know who are those 2 Bama transfers that you just mentioned. Yeah, Cam is coming from Georgia. I already put him up before, but here goes Cam again for you. There he is. Cam, 2024 athlete. This young man is just like Travis Hunter. He can play both receiver and defensive back, and he said that he's already been told by Coach Prime that they plan to use him just like Travis Hunter. Let him play a little bit of wide receiver, a little bit of defensive back, and damn it, let's win. He's a 4-star recruit. He's rated 5.8 rating of Rivals rating. Fantastic. That's what we need to recognize, that Coach Prime is putting something together very nicely. We need to recognize guys like Jordan Seaton, that when Jordan Seaton made a decision, to come to CU, to take the opportunity, we have to understand that when top prospects like Jordan Seaton gets live on the Undisputed, comes on the Rich Eisen show and says, I'm going to CU, and why don't y'all want to go play for somebody that looks like y'all, who's got your best interests? You know that there's a lot of kids that are looking at this guy right here and saying, hey, I want to play. When teams get great top prospects, it makes other guys want to join because they see, hey, something great is being built. Jordan Seaton told us already that he didn't want to go to another big program and just be another guy, that he wanted to go somewhere where he can be the guy.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
And this is what Shador needs. We all witnessed the battering of this young man who we know, and I reported this, that he has an injury in the back that he's still healing from, and that he will be ready for the 2024 spring training camp. That's Shador Sanders, y'all. Y'all best to believe it. Right here. If you're enjoying the presentation today, please put sevens in the chat room. I really appreciate you all. Make sure you share this video in all of your social media. If you're a content creator, put it in your community tab. Let people know about the channel, your mothers, your fathers, your friends, whoever you know that likes football, and particularly what's happening at with Coach Prime and CU and the players there. Go ahead and definitely let them know about it. If you're new to the channel today, for the first time you're watching, don't be shy. Subscribe to the channel.
Information is power.
We're giving you information over here, just like everyone, all the channels on the YouTube streets here. We're all doing our best to put out information and give you a perspective that's a positive perspective. We got a lot of haters out here. And you notice the more the team gets better, the less the haters have something to say in the comment section. And when they play next year, and I'm going to give you their schedule next year, that's something that I want to bring to your attention as well. I'm going to tell you who they're playing next year, which is why I feel they had a hell of a tight schedule, tough schedule in the Pac-12. This schedule that they got in the Big 12 is not going to be as tough as the schedule that they had in the Pac-12 this year. And I'm going to tell you the teams they're playing against. But I want to bring up something else here before we get close to conclusion. I want to talk about Coach Phil. Now, remember, this brother is an ex-NFL ball player. Played in the NFL himself. He's a no-nonsense guy. Coach Prime brought him in because he knows the man. He played in the NFL with him. He was of course, he was an opponent because he played with the Minnesota Vikings. He also has been coaching with the Oklahoma Sooners football team. And they have a very good football program in Oklahoma. So you know he comes with great recommendation. I said this before about him, but I want to bring up something that you may not know about him that is going to make him feel right at home, ladies and gentlemen. You see, Coach Phil is going to feel very at home. Let me tell you something that you may and may not know about Coach Phil, who is the new, if you don't know this already, he will be the new offensive line coach. What did we say? Coach O'Boyle has left and gone to San Diego. Good riddance with him, because in my opinion, we have just upgraded to a much better offensive line coach that you see on your screen right there. He coached at Oklahoma. He has NFL player experience, and he wasn't a scrub offensive lineman in the NFL. He was pretty damn good. But what you may not know about him is this. Played high school football in Colorado. Lodehart, I can never say his name, Lodehart. Coach Phil played high school football at Fountain Fort, Carson, in Fountain, Colorado. So he's plenty familiar with his new home. So this brother is from the Colorado area. He played high school football there. He understands the community. He understands the football history there. How many of y'all in the chat room knew that this brother played his high school football? There he is with his Vikings uniform on there when he played in the NFL. How many of y'all knew that this brother played high school football in Colorado and was very familiar with the area? Put a 7 if you knew it. Put a 2 if you didn't. Let's just keep it real. This is fantastic news. Okay. Hayward knew. D-Squatter knew. The Truth Reality LLC. Make sure y'all check out that sister's channel. It sounds like she's got a channel. Empress Goddess has a channel as well. The Truth Reality LLC puts 2, so you didn't know. Buffs Boulder City. Did you know he played? You should know with that kind of name. You should know that. M. Cannon didn't know. Maurice Johnson didn't know. Jeanette Fox, if I'm saying your name correct, you knew. So a lot of you did know in here that this young man played his ball, his high school football. Should I put this back up here? Let you see his face. You knew that he played high school football in Colorado, so he was very familiar with the landscape out there. Victor Foreman, hopefully the Big 12 officials are better because the Pac-12 was terrible. Right, and another thing too, another thing to be aware, you know how Coach Prime didn't like those late night games, the way they had them playing those late night games. They don't do that in the Big 12, I think. So they won't have those weird games that are at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Weird, just weird stuff. Plus, they'll be in a different time zone. Let me bring up something else. I hate to bring this up, but I have to because it's one of the controversial things that was online this week. I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders. Remember Shedeur Sanders when they played against Colorado State and that damn Blackburn player put that dirty hit on Travis Hunter, and Travis Hunter met with the young man. They did a video together, and I still think that he was dirty as dirty gets out. And remember their coach Norvell, Jay Norvell, was talking all that trash. And as a result of that, that was a very physical game, probably the most physical game that they were playing in that night. And then CU beat them in overtime, and Shedeur wasn't having it. He was not going to shake hands with the coach. He didn't like the idea of him coming close to his father. Remember that? Well, his wife has been running her damn mouth. This is off of a sports clip that I took. It says Shedeur Sanders was torched by the wife of Colorado State coach Jay Norvell in a ruthless tweet she later deleted. The good news is we have a screenshot. Well, guess what? I've got the screenshot of what she wrote. Check this out. Check this out right here. Boom. I got the screenshot. Now, she took it down after she took some heat for this. She put this out at 8:46 p.m. on 12/13/23 from Earth on our planet. This damn tweet got 9.5 thousand views. Kim Norvell, the wife of Jay Norvell, who kept talking about, I wear my hat when I talk to somebody, and all that other bullshit that he was talking about. Remember? Shedeur, she said this. Shedeur act like a B. You know what the B word is? He acts like a bitch. That's what she basically was saying. When Jay turned his back after trying to talk to his dad. So she's saying that because Shedeur turned his back to Jay Norvell, her husband, after her husband, Jay Norvell, ran his mouth right prior to the game, took a personal shot, not only at CU, but at Coach Prime. After Coach Prime showed him nothing but respect. Then the wife, after all that has happened, and that game's been long over, the wife jumps out the window and says Shedeur acted like a B when Jay turned his back after trying to talk to his dad and held up his watch. So, of course, I mean, it's her husband. She's going to defend her husband. But she put the tweet out there talking about something that's been long gone, long over, and she puts that tweet out, and when she got pushback for the tweet, y'all, she deleted it. Well, guess what? I got the evidence right here for y'all to see the effery here. See? You see? Let me see. Buffs Boulder City says, don't go grocery shopping at Wright. Kim calls, we popping. We got Ellen back in here. What's going on, my sister? Yeah, she's trash. And we got Sister Owens who just came in. She says, embarrassing wife. Yeah, I mean, this is why it's bad. And I don't want to belabor this because, this stuff happened so long ago, but this is a recent tweak, as y'all can see. It's this month and this year, this month. This wasn't from 4 months ago after this whole thing what happened. For you to put a tweet out like this, after all this time has passed, that means that it was on your mind for a long time. And that for her to come out and express that now, after so much has passed, it just shows you the kind of, It just shows you something. But that's what she put up. And, okay, Shedeur did what he did, but did you see Shedeur say anything else about Jay Norvo? Did you see Shedeur say anything about his wife? Shedeur did what he did because he was mad at the time because Jay Norvo was very disrespectful to Coach Prime in the program. And so Shedeur did what he was supposed to do, defend his father. So now all this time has passed. Shedeur doesn't say anything about Coach Norvo, doesn't say anything about his family, didn't take any cheap shots. He just expressed how he felt that night by putting his watch up like that. So what? Now we're in the last month of the year, and all this time has passed, and now she wants to jump out the window and put that tweet up like that. It's kind of ridiculous to me. Don't you think it's ridiculous too? Put a 7 in the chat room if you think it's ridiculous at this point in time. I laugh at it. We got Mr. 7 who's come in the house. And let me check. Before I get ready to end the program, let me just see what you all are saying now. Kim, the Karen. Yeah, the Karen. We got D Squad. Coach Norvo comments was offensive to Shedeur because it was a slight to his grandmother. Right, because he said that he basically was saying almost like saying that Coach Prime hasn't been raised right. I get that. That's right. That's why Shedeur took it so personal too. Because by him saying that, he's basically saying that Mama Sanders didn't raise a respectful young man. It's crazy. Okay, let's see what Mr. 7 is saying. He put 7 in there. Thank you, 7.
Information is power.
Let me see. Sister Ellen says, so if Shedeur said something, she wouldn't have cried. She would have cried victim. Yeah, it's crazy. You know how this goes, y'all. Y'all know how this goes. And we got Patricia in the house. Everybody's got them nice 7s in there. I love it. I love it. I love it. CG is in the house. What's going on, CG? Thank you for coming over. Let me see here. I'm going to be getting ready to end the stream very soon, y'all. This doesn't surprise me about his wife. She and her husband need to sit down. They just made mad because we beat them. She has no class. Right.
Information.
Sister Cindy says she's lucky. Didn't come for her.
Is power.
Yeah. Didn't come for. Yeah. That's his daughter.
Information is power.
That's the daughter. Yeah, she's lucky she didn't come after him. Charles and White, he's been talking a lot of the stuff out of his side of his neck too. So you know how it is. You know how it is, folks. When you're in the spotlight like this, people gonna come for you. Let me see. If you was a real gangster in Colorado, you would keep it up. Oh, well. Look, y'all, I really appreciate everybody coming over. Let me see this right now. Yes, we beat them after they talked all that trash, all that, I know, shit, okay, shit, against Coach Sanders. I get it. They talked a lot of trash. They talked a lot of trash, y'all. A lot of trash. Let me see. Mr. LB, 1971, Mr. Linebacker says, no need to give them people no energy. We all know why they are hating. Facts. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Jeanette Fox, I hope I'm saying the name correct here. Jeanette says they better not try hurting anyone again. Yeah, right. Right, I agree with you. Now, let me give you, and I'm gonna be repeating this schedule as we get close to the season in 2024. But let me just give you a preview right now. This is the 2024 Colorado Big 12 schedule. These are the teams that Colorado is playing coming next year. They will be playing against North Dakota State Bisons. They can beat the Bisons. The Bisons got a weird dome stadium. It gets really loud in there. They can beat the Bisons. Then they open up against Nebraska. They beat Nebraska this year. I think they can beat Nebraska. Come on now. They can beat that team. I think they can with this. Oh my God, they're going to play against Colorado State. But this time, Woo! Isn't it funny we were talking about Colorado State and his wife and Joe Noble? They're going to have to play Colorado State in Colorado State's stadium. So that's going to be a hell of a game, okay? Then they're going to play against the Arizona Wildcats again. Then they're playing against Utah because, you know, Utah and Arizona, they both went to the Big 12 from the Pac-12. Then they're playing Baylor. Then they're playing Oklahoma State Cowboys. Then they're going against Kansas State. They can beat these teams. They can beat Kansas. They're going against Cincinnati Bearcats. They can beat them. They're going against the Kansas Jayhawks. They can beat. No, Kansas State usually has good teams. But the Kansas team, they can beat them. They're known more for their basketball. Then they're going up against Texas Tech in Week 11. Then they're going to play against UCF Knights. These are teams that they can beat, ladies and gentlemen. I know the game has to be played on the grass. We totally get that. But I'm here to tell you,
information is power.
That schedule ain't as difficult as the schedule that they just went through this year. What do you all think? If you agree with me, put those sevens in the chat room. We got Floyd White in the house who says North Dakota State will travel to Colorado. Right. Let me just break it down to you. North Dakota will come to Colorado. We're going to Nebraska. Colorado State, we're at Colorado State this 2024. We're going to Arizona. Utah's coming to Colorado. Baylor, we got to go to Baylor. No, Baylor's coming to us. Kansas State is coming to us. Kansas, we got to go to them. Texas Tech, we got to go to them. UCF Knights, we got to go to them. That's what's going on, y'all. Sister Collins is in the house. Thank you, Miss Collins, putting those sevens. Yeah, we coming. So look, folks, let me just say this to you all, because you deserve it. I'm going to plan, I still plan, and I can do it.
Information is power.
I can do it on my system that I'm using right here. I am going to start one of these shows. I'm going to drop links for people to come up and talk to me and talk to the audience about your thoughts on the football team in the upcoming season. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things as we get ready for the long haul of waiting for the new season to come around. But we're still going to do some fun things on this channel to keep you all engaged until the season starts. And we're going to continue to keep you engaged when the season starts. Okay, everybody? So I want to say thank you for taking of your personal time to watch this brother here that you're looking at on the screen, to share the video in your social media, to tell people about the channel. I thank you. We're going to keep coming back. Now, if I don't drop any uploaded videos, short uploaded videos during the week, you can assure that I will go live like this to give you a compact show where I talk about all aspects of what's going on. So whenever I don't drop little small videos on individual situations with this prospect or that prospect, if I don't, you know I'm going live on the weekend and doing this type of format. So just want to let y'all know what's going on. You know, it's the holidays and things happen. You got family to deal with, and a lot of things can pull you over here and pull you over there, as I'm sure all of you are dealing with the same thing. I also hope that all of you have good health. I hope you have good health, good spirit, have good loved ones in your life, good family, good opportunities, the whole 9 yard, everybody. So I want to thank you. We're going to do this again with another live stream going into next weekend. Hopefully I could drop maybe one or two, or at least one short uploaded video on some new news, such as a new prospect, something exciting that's happening with the program. Okay. I thank you all for being here. I want to say, please share the video in your social media. Thank you for watching. Like and comment on this video when you have an opportunity. Subscribe to the channel. We thank you. Remember, I do have a podcast. I will be dropping a new podcast on the radio style podcast, which can be heard on Spreaker, okay, iHeart Radio podcast as well. Let me put this up here. Spotify. When I broadcast out of Spreaker, I can go live on Spreaker as a radio podcast, radio style. I'm on, what is that? Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast. So check it out. Check it all out. I want you to definitely hear the radio style podcast. Now, the radio style podcast is different material than the video podcast. And I should be putting up a new podcast for you. Probably tomorrow I'll upload a new podcast or go live with a podcast, radio podcast. I'll drop it in the community tab. I'll drop it. Oh, and also make sure you do this, everybody. Go over to Facebook if you have Facebook and follow the channel on Facebook. The Facebook page has about 80,000 people following over there. What's great about the Facebook page is that I'm able to upload a lot of stuff that I'm not able to do over here. I'm uploading videos, memes, news updates, everything that has to do with Coach Prime, the players, everything. I'm dropping a lot of nice stuff over there. I'm dropping everything that has to do with Deion Sanders, when he's being interviewed, when he's being celebrated as he was as Sportsman of the Year. I'm dropping all type of goodies on the Facebook page all the time, as well as the Twitter page, which is Prime Sports Media, Facebook page, Prime Sports Media, and the radio style podcast, which you can hear on all your radio style podcasting outlets, is Prime Sports Media. Very simple, and I hope you all enjoy. With that said, everybody, I'm going to get ready to get on out of here. You all take care.
Calling up your homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Appreciate you.
Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now.
Thank you for listening to the Prime Sports Media. Thank you, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody come on. This is Prime Sports Media.
Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 tell me nah, 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 right now. I've been feeling like a loner lately. Been a minute since I woke up feeling sober. When awake, I'm seeing nightmares. Sleeping, you are right there like you never left. And I am hoping that you might care. Change on me. What about us? What about the times when I feel like I could trust? Yeah, now I'm on a chase for the same shit. I hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but I'm surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze. Sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up my homies in this.
I also want to say to everybody, I want to say thank you to the mods in the chat room. I see William Barry's come in. If you are late to the show, watch the replay. Once again, I want to thank those of you who have decided to go over to the Facebook page. Is a very special page. It is your page because you're going to see the video content that I can't put on my channel for all sorts of, legal reasons. When you have a YouTube channel, I'm able to give you nice clips of all sorts of video clips with Coach Prime, the players, everything that's going on there, celebrations on that page. I'm able to upload. I don't upload, but I drop my videos over there. I drop stories, memes, hot button alerts, and all those sort of things. So it's your page. you will enjoy the different aspect of the things that I do over there that you will enjoy. Make sure that you check the community tab on this YouTube channel, because on the community page, I also drop memes in there and things of that nature to keep you up to date. And so I really appreciate those of you who leave messages. Now, I have so many messages that are left that I am still going to get to people's messages and at least give you some love on those messages. So keep that in mind. It's just a lot of you. And I'm very happy because it shows that the channel is growing, the channel is healthy, and it has so many enthusiastic and lovely people supporting the channel. As you support Big Dog Chico, as you support Life in Football, I love that brother. He will be on this channel very soon. Dave Talk Buffs, everybody out there that you enjoy listening to, I appreciate what they do and how you support their channels, and you come over here and support this channel. We're not against each other. We're all working together. So thank you again. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for that type of attitude that you bring to the table.
What about the times when I feel like I could trust? Yeah, now I'm on a chase for the same shit. I hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but I'm surrounded by the fake shit. Beast in a maze, sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up my homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 to me, nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 to me, nah, 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 right now. I wonder if you're social lately. I wonder if you're always fucking sober on a roller coaster, barely coasting, hardly coping. Wanna call me, but you never push that motherfucking button. Change on me. What about us? What about the times when you feel like you can trust? Yeah, now you wanna chase for the same shit. You hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but you're surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze, sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up your homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 to me, nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 to me, nah, 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 right now.